Good morning, children. This is class 10th, subject English, chapter 9, Madam Rides the Bus, and this is my lecture 2. In first lecture, we read the introduction of this chapter and the summary. So now let us move ahead. Now let us read the topics that today we are going to cover. First of all, we shall read chapter highlights. After that, character sketch of the main character of this chapter, Madam Rides the Bus, is Valli. So we are going to read it. Then difficult words will be read with their meaning. And at last, we shall discuss homework. So let us start with chapter highlights. Let us begin chapter highlights of Madam Rides the Bus. Already we have read the summary of this chapter in previous lecture. So now let us have a recapitulation. Now let us begin with the chapter highlight. The story is about an 8-year-old girl named Valyamai. She was very curious to know about things. Her favorite pastime was to stand at the front doorway of her house and see what was happening in the street outside. She would watch the bus that passed every hour from her village to the nearest town. So, Valli was an 8-year-old girl who was fascinated by the bus that travelled between her village and the nearest town. And she would stand on the doorway, at the front doorway of her house, and see what was happening in the street outside. Valli developed a desire to ride the bus. This became her deepest desire. Valli found out the details of the bus journey by listening carefully to the conversations between her neighbors and regular bus users. She came to know that the town was just 6 miles from her village and the fare for the bus journey was 30 paise one way. So the trip took 45 minutes. So she gathered information about the bus from the conversations of her neighbors. She wanted to travel in the bus and therefore planned her trip and decided to go to town by bus. And for that she came to know that the town was 6 miles from her village. The distance was 6 miles. The fare was 30 paise one way. So she needed 60 paise to ride the bus. The trip would take 45 minutes. Valli planned her visit to the town and she saved 60 paise for the fare. Now she had to save 60 paise and she did the same. She saved it. Finally, one day, she took the 1 o'clock bus to the town. Valli was very happy to have got into the bus. On the way to the town, Valli saw a cow running right in front of the bus. And it was a very funny scene. She clapped as the cow kept on running towards the bus. Despite the continuous honking, by the driver. So now one day she got onto the bus, and even the conductor jokingly addressed her madam. And on the way to the town, Valli saw a cow that was running towards a bus despite the continuous honking by the driver. Actually, the driver sounded the horn loudly, but it made no effect on the cow. It was really a funny thing for Valli. The cow moved off the road and the bus came to a railroad crossing soon. Now after this, Valli did not get off the bus when it reached the town. She also declined the offer of a cold drink by the conductor. On the return journey, she saw the same cow lying dead by the roadside. This unpleasant sight made her very sad. She became very sad. The bus reached the village at 3:40. She ran straight for her home after getting down the bus. Her mother did not come to know about her journey. She did not tell this thing to her mother. On the way, when she was going towards the town, an elder man and an elderly woman, they both advised her, and this advice was not liked by her, as she did not like to be called a child. She was very confident girl, and she was very clever, sensitive and fun loving, and she was very curious to know about things. Now let us read the character sketch of Valli, the main character of this chapter. Valli was a determined, confident and brave girl. She was also a good planner and executioner. She sacrificed a lot of things to achieve her dream. Her dream was to ride the bus. For example, she curbed the temptation to buy sweets and riding on the merry-go-round in the fair so that she could save money for the bus ride. Means, for saving money, she controlled her temptations to buy sweets and riding on the merry-go-round in the fair. As she had to ride the bus, so she needed 60 paise, so she had to save it. Sacrificing all these things at such a tender age, as she was just 8 years old, is very difficult for a child. She also behaved confidently in the bus and did not get bogged down in the presence of elders. When the bus reached the town, Valli did not succumb to the temptation of going out to explore the town or having a drink. Actually, the conductor offered her to have a drink, but she denied because she did not want to take anything from any stranger. As she behaved very confidently, still she did not go down. She did not go down in the town when the bus reached there. She did this as she had a limited amount of money. She had just saved 60 paise to ride the bus. which she wanted to save for her return journey. Means 30 paisa for going and 30 paisa for coming, for returning. So Valli used her money wisely. When the conductor offered her a drink, she showed good manners in refusing to have it. She refused it. She did not accepted that offer. Now let us read the word meaning of this chapter. First word, it is sensitive, means causing people to be upset, embarrassed or angry. Induction, it means the action or process of introducing someone of something. Then mystery, it is something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain. Now next word. Next word is fascinating. It means extremely interesting. Unending, it means having or seeming to have no end. Endless. Next is gradually. It means slowly. Next word is crept. It means make way. Next is overwhelming. It means very great in amount. Now let us read next words. Now let us read next words. First is commandingly. It means drawing attention. After that, crawl. It means to move slowly. Next word is sticking. It means pushing. Next word is jolly, happy and cheerful. This jolly is used here for the conductor of the bus. Then it is given slack. Slack means a time when there is not much work. When Valli boarded the bus, it was slack, means it was the time when there was not much work. Now let us move ahead. Next word, it is discreet, means not likely to be seen or noticed by many people. Scarcely, it means almost not at all. Wistfully, it means longingly. And next word is kindle. It means set a light or a fire. Here it means feelings. In this chapter, its meaning set a light or feelings. So these are the word meanings of this chapter. Now let us move ahead. Let us read your homework. Now let us read your homework. Your homework is to read the chapter thoroughly and find out the answers of next 5 questions. Beta, already in lecture 1 we have done 8 questions. Those 8 questions were given to you and those were discussed today in the English meeting. So now you are supposed to find out next 5 textual questions which are given in your book First Flight. So these questions now I am going to read. First question is, how did Valli save up money for her first journey? Was it easy for her? Second question, what did Valli see on her way that made her laugh? Third question, why didn't she get off the bus at the bus station? Next, fourth one, why didn't Valli want to go to the stall and have a drink? And what does this tell you about her? about Valli. Then fifth question, it is why does Valli refuse to look out of the window on her way back? So these are the questions. So you all are supposed to read the chapter and find out the answers of given questions and send me on my email address. Thank you.